People with ASD who have difficulty with processing may have a range of problems related to regulating the use of incoming information. Here are some signs that your ASD partner has difficulty processing information. He tries to understand the meaning of each word you are saying, rather than being able to automatically understand the whole gist and general meaning of your sentence. He processes too little or too much information. He processes one word that you say, but then thinks of something completely unrelated to what you're saying. He only pays attention to exciting information or highly stimulating activities. He misses a lot of things that are obvious to you. He may have to repeat himself several times before you understand what he's saying. He has trouble picking up on the main ideas in conversations with you. He has problems shifting focus from one subject or activity to another. He has difficulty connecting new information with information already known. He has an idea of what he wants to say in his mind, but when he attempts to share the idea, it doesn't come out right. He focuses too superficially or too deeply on information you present. He focuses too long on just one detail. He focuses too briefly on important aspects of the conversation. You can't distinguish between what is important to you and what isn't. The sensory traits of people with ASD are often responsible for their processing difficulties, negative behaviors, and unpleasant emotions. The sensory systems are also involved in emotional processing. People with autism spectrum disorder vary in their ability to process information emotionally, in part because at least one other sense often doesn't work well. For example, it would be difficult for a spouse with an auditory processing issue to figure out whether his wife's voice suggests composure or irritation. Also, many of them have a hard time using their emotions or desires to process information and act appropriately in interpersonal settings. People with ASD will need longer processing time, particularly for verbal instruction, and can't instantly react to a request. For example, the neurotypical partner comes home and says to his autistic wife, "I've decided I'm taking you out to dinner." Now, instead of being pleased because now she doesn't have to cook dinner, she may react with frustration and say no. Now, the neurotypical spouse is hurt because he was making a kind gesture, but for the autistic spouse, although she hasn't already cooked dinner, in her mind she had already decided what it will be, and to instantly change her internal plans is not something she may be able to do. Instead of springing a last-minute change on the autistic partner, a better strategy could be for the neurotypical spouse to call her at work earlier in the day saying, "What would you think about us going out to eat dinner tonight?" The autistic partner might need to adjust to the idea, and by the time the neurotypical partner meets her at home, she has warmed up to the idea. She simply needed that adjustment time. This is even more crucial when it comes to more serious decisions, such as those related to children or money. An effective strategy is to approach the spouse with ASD, suggest an idea, and then leave it there and wait for him or her to reply back, perhaps even days later. Now, this allows both spouses to carefully consider the implications, and over time, spouses can learn to trust they will not be pressured into making a decision they don't feel comfortable with. Taking the extra time eliminates the tension, often resulting in arguments.